Hello everyone and welcome back. Before we hop into the roleplay portion of this video, I'd just like to take a minute to tell you all that this video is brought to you in part by Betterhelp. If you don't know what Betterhelp is, it's basically an online therapy or counseling platform where you can sort of attend therapy through the simple and easy access on your phone. I personally have been in therapy with a real person, and being the awkward and hopelessly anxious millennial that I am, I found that talking to a complete and total stranger in person was rather difficult, to say the least. And so my experience with therapy was never the greatest. In fact, I've only ever gone a few times. I personally would never ever recommend a service or a company to you guys that I haven't personally used. So when Betterhelp contacted me to do a free trial of their services, I wanted to jump on that opportunity because before ever agreeing to recommend something to somebody, I would prefer to have tried out the service or company. I know that counseling helps millions of people every day, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it will change my mind about therapy. Or, well, not change my mind, but help me be able to express myself better, because I find myself being able to be more expressive through text and writing rather than in person. I find myself to be rather awkward in person, so there's a wall there. So what I'm hoping for using their services is to have that wall removed. So another great feature is obviously the convenience of having it right at the touch of your fingertips on your phone. For those who don't drive, that's really rather important because it's very convenient and you always have it with you. As well as the cost, I know that it is a fraction of what you pay in a normal counseling session, which is perfect for me. And you are also able to get easily matched up with your perfect therapist, which is great. So if you'd like to give Betterhelp a try or a little trial run with me, then go ahead and use the link below. I will leave all of the information there. And then afterwards, I will be reporting back to you with my findings, how I liked it, and all of my experiences, so that I can give you a proper review on these services myself. Okay? So, without further ado, I will go ahead and let you enjoy the rest of this roleplay. Sweet dreams. Welcome, dear. Come in. Have a seat. Beautiful. All right. So, first of all, I'd just like to commend you on the simple fact that you're here today. I want to say thank you for taking care of yourself and for seeking help, counseling, and therapy. It's quite brave of you. Yes, it is. It is brave of you. And I'm very, very proud of you. All right, so my name is Dr. Rabbit. Yes, I know, it's such a funny name. Sure, laugh it off. It's all right. I want to get to know you a little bit. So for our first session together, I'm just going to go through a list of questions that I routinely ask new patients. This is just to get to know you a little bit better, and that way we can build rapport, and I can start working on your file and, get to know you little by little. That way I can reference some things that you tell me now, things that you'd like to improve on, where we can go from there. Okay? Beautiful. All right. So, let's see. Oh, do you have any questions for me, by the way? Well, I've been doing this for 5 years now. I specialize in adolescent, so teenage cases. I also have experience with children as well as adults and the elderly, of course, as well. Yes, folks that go into their pension years, as we say, their golden years, tend to harness a little bit of, well, it's more of solitude, yes. After being out of work for a little bit, you start to just think about what you're doing now and how that can help. Children are a little bit different. There are some cases that just have to do with behavior, but most of the time it usually goes away after a while. So children are quite easy, if I do say so. I prefer adolescents and teenagers because I know that these years are the most difficult. So if I can do whatever I can to help or ease the pain, I am going to be here 100%. Yes, I'm all for that. Okay, so your name and your age, school, work, things like that. Beautiful. Really? That's nice. Good for you. Yes. I'm sure that could be a little bit hard, but I'm glad that you're working on that. Good. That's lovely. Great. Okay, so you seem very confident in yourself today. I love it. Perfect. So here are the questions, so the intro questions. Alright? Answer them as openly as you'd like. We can go into depth later on if you choose to do so. Okay? You should not feel obligated to answer any of these questions. If you want to pass or skip, just say so, and I will just put a little X on the questions that you don't want to answer, alright? Wonderful, good. Okay, so what brings you here, and what do you hope to get out of these therapy sessions? Okay. If you don't mind, I'll be just jotting down notes. These will go into your file so I can reference them when needed, okay? Okay. so sorry. You said that you wanted to, right? Okay. Beautiful. It seems that you know yourself pretty well and that you're confident in what you are seeking out of these sessions, which is great. Great to have a focal point and a finish line goal. Perfect. Beautiful. Okay, so feel free to interrupt me whenever you would like. If you want to add something in while I'm writing and say, oh, and, or, oh, I just remembered also this, feel free to, just interrupt me whenever, and I'll be quiet and let you speak. Okay? Perfect. These sessions are all about you, so I'm here for you. Okay? Great. Okay. Have you seen a counselor before? And how many meetings did you attend? Okay. And what exactly were the issues that you two were trying to aim towards getting better? Did you achieve the results that you were looking for? Okay. What do you remember that your previous therapist told you? What worked and what didn't work? Okay. So that seemed to help a lot. Great. Okay, we can definitely implement that into our future sessions, okay? And what absolutely did not work for you? Okay. Yeah. That's fine. They're not for everyone. Okay. And what could have been done better? If you could go back in time and tell your therapist what you would have liked for them to do more or less of, what you wanted to change in the sessions. Okay. Don't worry. No. All of this that I'm writing down is between me and yourself. This is absolutely confidential. I'm not going to go phoning your ex-therapist and telling them any of this information. This is just so that I know what I shouldn't do or what I should do. Yes, perfect, exactly right. Okay, so, and why didn't it work out with the previous therapist? Okay. Why do you think that is? Okay. Right. All right. Yes. That's justifiable. What's that? The plant? Yeah. Her name is Francesca. Well, actually, it's a cutting of another bigger plant that I have named Francesca. So, Francesca Jr. Do you oftentimes get sidetracked like this? Don't worry, it happens to the best of us, me being the first. Okay, so let's go into some deeper questions. Remember, feel free to pass if you feel the need to, okay? How do you see your problem, your issue? How do you define it? What is the main problem that you seem to have? the main people in your life that make you feel that way? Okay. Okay. No problem. Yeah. How do you get along with people from work or school? What about your parents or partners? Okay. Okay, so describe your personality for me with the people from work. How does that differ from your friends or family? Okay, so more outgoing. Okay. And why do you think that your personality changes based on who you're around? Okay. So a feeling of more professionalism, all right. Okay. Yes. Well, that's quite normal. There are some people who are more chameleons who tend to change depending on who they're around, and others are just a wee bit more transparent and they remain one personality, one character with everyone. Yeah, there is no right or wrong. Sure, it does not mean that you are fake for acting differently with different people. It just means that you have different relationships with several different people and that you are not monotonous and that you are capable of experiencing different personalities. Yes, sure. Different people might also bring different things out of you. Nothing to worry about. Does not mean that you are fake. Okay? Keep that in mind. Okay, so right. Let's see the other questions. Alright. What are 3 of your biggest accomplishments in life, do you feel? What have you accomplished that's great, that makes you feel good? Right. Okay. Wow. Really? Oh, wow. You have to let me see. Okay, I'll hold you to that. Okay, so what is the most important thing in your life at the moment? Yes, it could be a hobby, a sport, your work, a person, a pet. Doesn't matter. Right? Beautiful. Good. Okay. And what are 3 goals that you have this year? Did you make any New Year's resolutions? You have. Great. Did you get to do any of them? Good. Yes, even a 0.5 of one is great. Don't worry about taking off the entire thing or getting all 3 of them done. As long as you put one foot into whatever it is that you are setting a goal for yourself in, you've already achieved it, okay? You already won. Alright. Let's talk now about how we face obstacles, alright? Just to get to know you a little bit better. Okay? So, firstly, are you an optimist or pessimist? And why would you say that? Okay. Okay. That's fine. Alright. example of a situation in which you are one of those. Okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. And how do you deal with problems that pop up unexpectedly, randomly? Okay. Do you get anxious or nervous? Or do you step up to the occasion and handle the situation? Okay. Right. Okay. Yes, that's fine. That's fine. And when you said that you isolate yourself, how does it make you feel when you do that? So some describing words could be hopeless, angry, bitter, resentful, alone. Okay. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Okay. What do you do that typically makes the problem get better? Yes, eating definitely helps sometimes. I'm with you on that one. Sure, okay. So you eat. That's fine. That actually releases endorphins, feel-good hormones that pop up whenever you feel happy about something. It could be your favorite flavor, cookie, cake. That's fine. It's actually healthy when in small doses. Okay, so what about things that make you feel worse instead? If a problem is there, what makes you feel worse? Okay, right. So again, with people mostly, right? So an outsider's perspective. Okay. 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 And have you ever noticed that an issue ever went away on its own? Or do you usually have to intervene, or does someone have to intervene? Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what do you do when what you normally do to make a problem feel better? If that doesn't work, what do you do? Okay. How do you feel when that doesn't work? Right. Of course. Of course. It's normal to feel that way. Alright. So, overall, how would you describe your mood on a daily basis? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Do you tend to pick up on other people's moods? Are you sensitive in that way? Right. Mm-hmm. So when you go into a room, you can sort of feel vibes, right? Okay. Okay. Are you sensitive to changes in tone or personality or behavior of people around you? Okay. And what makes you feel anxious about that? Sure. Yeah, of course. why do you think that anxiety comes up when you feel someone suddenly change their behavior change? Right. Right, of course. Absolutely. A good tip that I would give to you is to remember E for empathy. Okay? Empathy is sort of when you can step into another person's shoes and feel what they feel. So if someone's mood changes, and you said that your moods sometimes often change depending on what's happening in your situations. So if you can imagine someone else being you, so put yourself in them, their perspective, and their mood changes, remember a time when you felt that exact same thing. And that way you can empathize with the person. E for empathy. That way, when their mood changes, you won't take it as something that you did, a fault, and your anxiety won't start to come up again. Okay? Just remember of a time where that was you. Okay? Right? I know it's difficult sometimes. Right. Good. Okay. What was your childhood like? Yes. Did your parents often have mood swings around you growing up? Okay. Okay. That would have been really hard. Did you often feel as though you were walking on eggshells when in the presence of your parents? Okay. Right. This might be why you are so sensitive to other people's sudden changes in behavior, and why anxiety starts to come up. Sometimes childhood memories are repressed, but it's nice to start thinking about why things are now in regards to our past and how we can improve in the future. Beautiful. All right. A couple of questions left and then we're done. Okay? Yes. Yes, it was pretty fast, wasn't it? Right. Okay. If you could have 3 wishes right now, what would you wish for? And why is that? Of course, everyone would wish for that too. I would. And then? Interesting. And lastly? Great. Good. Okay. Last couple questions. What do you expect from this counseling process? Very confident about that, right? Good. I want you to give it to me straight. Right. Perfect. Right. And since you seem so confident in yourself and know what you would like moving forward, could could you give me any advice on how I can help you? What can I do to improve these sessions? What can I do to help? Perfect. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Right. And those are all the questions that I have for you today. You didn't take a pass on none of them. Right. Beautiful. Thank you so much for that. Yes. Yes. Perfect. So, that's the end of our session for today. Yes, it was pretty fast. This is just the initial session. That way we can get to know one another. I can start building your profile and come up with a plan for later sessions and what we can do moving further on. Okay? Absolutely. Not a problem. Not a problem. So I will go ahead and schedule another session with you. I'm thinking sometime in October. That's alright. Between maybe October the 7th to 14th or so. Okay? That's okay? Beautiful. Okay, so I will let you know. Your preferred method of contact, you said, was via text messaging? Okay. So you're one of those people that prefers to text rather than call? That's fine. Let me just write that down. I will do whatever it is that it takes, whatever it is in my power to make you feel as comfortable as I can. And if that means texting you, then I will. Sure. These are all about you, so no worries. Like I said at the beginning, right? Beautiful. So that was the end of our session. And I will see you around, I'd say, the 2nd week of October. Okay? Wonderful. Good. You did very well today. Yes. I think that we are going to have an amazing, amazing journey ahead of us. And I think that you'll be able to truly benefit from these sessions with me. Thank you so much for coming today.